I'm Chris. Welcome to the Gun Lounge. Today we're doing a full-length feature review on the Springfield Armory XDM 45 Tactical. Yes, the beast. Real talk, where would this world be without Springfield Armory? What would it look like? Either way, grab some coffee and let's get back and get into this review, Gun Lounge style. Let's get it. What's going on? Thank you for coming by. Got something special today. Springfield Armory XDM 45 Tactical, the beast. Hell of a gun. You know, when I first heard about this gun, even then, let's take a step back. I was actually on the internet looking up and doing some research trying to find this gun, doing a bunch of YouTube reviews, looking at reviews for it, and to my knowledge and surprise, I couldn't find hardly anything out there on this gun, you know, and that was shocking and surprising. So I said, let me get out there and make a video or something for it. When I first heard about this gun, I started getting notifications from Springfield. I started getting different magazines to the store featuring and showing this on the cover and in different pages. The Springfield Armory XDM 45 Tactical, what it was, what was good and awesome about it, and all these other things. Be looking for it in a gun store near you. And when I looked at that, I said, wow, that is interesting. I wanted to actually get my hands on it and play with it. But the thing is, I guess I haven't seen much out there on it only because the Springfield XDM series is an older series. It's been out for years now. Springfield XDM has been there. So when a gun like this drops, even though it's reshaped, redesigned, I guess you could say, and repackaged for a tactical version, it kind of was late on the loop because people were already buying XDM pistols and just throwing a new barrel inside with the threads on it, a threaded barrel. They throw their threaded barrel in the gun and call it good to go. There it is, tactical. But when Springfield Armory did it, you know, I felt good about it all over again. And when I seen this gun come out to the market, I fell all in love with Springfield XDM pistols all over again. When they first came out, I personally went out and bought the Springfield XDM 45, the 3.8-inch version. And I love that compact gun. I ran that gun for a long time. I carried it for years and used it a lot. That was one of my favorite guns and one of the sweetest shooting 45s I had ever really put my hands on. And I expected nothing less out of this when these came out to the market just recently. But they came out, I fell all brand new in love with this thing over again, and I wanted to get it out for a good review. Even before we get into the gun, the company, Springfield Armory, who are they? What do they do? What do they represent? And even to piggyback off the question I asked in the intro, what would this world be without Springfield Armory? Really, what would it be? Springfield Armory is, to my knowledge, the oldest American gun manufacturer in the United States of America. It is. We're talking about, 1794 was the year. It's a long time ago. And ever since 1794 till current day, they've continued to push, to innovate, to create, and to give us awesome pistols, awesome rifles, and awesome things. Hat goes off to Springfield Armory. They're a top-notch company, and they're still in the running, and they're still fighting and producing and making things happen. It's a beautiful thing. Springfield Armory is an excellent company because, real talk, where would we be without Springfield Armory? Where would we be? Apart from not having XDMs in the market, that would suck. Not having XD pistols, not having the XDSs, this world would be crazy. The Mod 2s, come on now. But even further before that, where would we be without, the 1911 pistols that they designed? Where would we be without the Springfield M14s? Where would we be without the M1As? That is crazy. The Springfield 1903s, where would we be without those? And so many more. It's so much that Springfield has done, not just on a military front, but on a civilian front for people like us who like to get into these things. And I love Springfield Armory for that, because they, like I said, every time they come to the market, they come with something fresh, something new, something innovative. And I highly respect them for that. It's an awesome company, and they bring quality and reliability to the table every single time. You can't ask for anything better. When we get into this pistol here, the Springfield XDM 45 Tactical, it's a couple things that they added to this gun that I really like right out of the box. First things first is a threaded barrel. Of course, can't have a tactical pistol without a threaded barrel. You got to have something to put suppressors on. And this gun is just already out of the box set up for it. Another thing that this gun has and that it boasts is the raised sights for looking over that suppressor if you're gonna run a can on the joint. So with these raised sights, and they are iron, so I love that. Traditional 3-dot sights, but they built heavy duty and they ready to go fresh out of the box. You're getting two good features that otherwise, if you were to replace on a regular Springfield Armory XDM pistol, would cost you money. You're gonna spend $100 or more on a barrel. It's possible you're gonna spend $100 or more on the sights. But the most beautiful thing about this pistol when it comes into the market that it boasts is the price point. The price point for $570, actually a little under that, like $567 on our website, you can go and you can purchase these. But when you talk about the class of pistol that it is, this class of pistol right here in a tactical version competes, to whom shall we liken this pistol to? We shall liken it to every other tactical pistol that's on the top shelf. Absolutely. It's about 4 or 5 of them that really hold and look over as God over all the other tactical pistols. I'll just go through a few. For me, my favorite and one of the best ones to this day is still the FNX 45 Tactical. I have that big beast here with me right there to compare it to. The FNX 45 Tactical. This pistol is a monster. I love this thing. This is actually my EDC everyday carry. Yes, a full-size tactical pistol with a red dot. And apart from that, you have also your HK 45 Tacticals. Those pistols, oh my God, they're phenomenal. People put ridiculous amounts of round counts through those things in testing at the facility. On top of that, you have like the HK Mark 23, which I'll put in a subcategory because it's a freak of nature, and really just so many more. Glock has a tactical model that is definitely up there. Beretta, the new A3 that they just introduced to the market. On top of that, they had the older version, the PX4 Storm in tactical. You have, like I said, so many different models out there that do a great job at really meeting that bar and meeting that level of efficiency that a gun can put out, that hail and rain chief over everything else. And there's a few names I know that I've left off the list, but those guns, the difference between the XDMs and the difference between the rest of those is the price point. Anytime you talk about getting into a tactical pistol that comes out from one of these high-end reputable companies, you're talking about spending $1,000 or more every single time. And there's not $500 worth of difference from this gun to one of those guns. This gun right here, this Springfield XDM Tactical, is every bit as good, as reliable, and run just as hard as what all those other guns that I just named you. It fits right in the drawer with the rest of them, and it doesn't lose or skip a beat whatsoever. That's what I love about this thing. So for the price point of what you're getting, that's crazy. You're getting a top shelf tactical pistol for half the price. That's crazy. And don't get it twisted. Just because a company or a manufacturer throws a threaded barrel on a gun doesn't mean it's a tactical pistol. It doesn't mean it's a tactical pistol just because they put a threaded barrel on it. This gun still has to be able to be taken anywhere in the world and survive any condition and all conditions of the world. Will it survive mud? Will it survive the freezing rain? Will it survive salt water? Will it survive sand in the sand test? Very few guns pass the sand test. This gun will pass all those tests with flying colors, and the other ones that I put on top of that list do a hell of a job at it. But this, like I said, for the price point and for what you're getting, this is a hell of a gun. This gun comes with feature interchangeable back straps like the rest of the XDM pistols. That's an awesome thing that it came with. Like I said, the raised sights, threaded barrel. But when you guys remember the XDMs came to market, they came in this big, beautiful box with so many different features and things inside of the box, remember? And on top of that, there was a list of all the things that the XDM, the M stood for. There's a list of about 8 to 10, maybe 13 things that that M stand for, melanite coating and all these other things. But one of the things that I believe overall it stood for was match grade. Yes, match grade. When you get an XDM pistol, you're buying a pretty much competition ready match grade gun out of the box. Everything about this gun, from the design and the build of the barrel, the materials of the slide, and everything in this gun screams match grade. The only thing that is not match grade I would consider would be the trigger. But you could buy a match grade trigger and swap it out. This gun out the box is, like I said, it's ready to go. Everything on it is beautiful. From every feature, every line, everything that this gun has, it is here. It's ready. This gun, when you talk about capacity, this gun holds 13 shots of 45 ACP. In a full-size package, I love that. In a tactical pistol package, I love that. When you talk about a lot of these other big full-size 45 guns that they're going to call tactical pistols and full-size do not have 13 shots or more. 13 is sufficient in 45 ACP. The only guns that really beat that out is something like the FNX 45 tactical, where it has 15 shots in a mag. But when you talk about capacity, that's a big thing, because if you're going to give me a full-size gun, then give me full-size capacity. 10 shots is insufficient. That's not acceptable. HK comes out with this beautiful HK45, but it's 10 shots. Sig Sauer came out with the P227s, remember, in 45 a couple years back, but they only had 10 shots in a mag. And there's so many other of these companies, when they drop a 45 ACP pistol, only max out and top out at 10 shots of 45. And to me, in a full-size gun, tactical, a pistol of this size and build, 13 shots is good. 10 shots, unacceptable. So I like when I can see a bump up in capacity like that. 13 plus 1, 14 shots of 45, I'm good to go. Other than that, this gun, how does it break down? Simple, just like any other tactical pistol breaks down or XDM gun. You remove your magazine, you'll look, the chamber is empty, everything's good to go. And you'll flip up your takedown lever there, run it forward, comes right off. You'll see a nice recoil spring in the inside, a very nice recoil spring. This barrel usually on a regular XDM pistol is about 4.5-inch barrel, but on the tactical versions you usually bump that up to about a 5-inch barrel. But the gun is beautiful all the way around. The internals of the gun are built up, heavy and beefy. Polished feed ramp, of course, I love to see that. There's still to this day guns that don't do polished feed ramps, and to me that's unacceptable. But all in all, taking this gun out today and shooting this gun, it was a beautiful thing. I really enjoyed it. And what I liked the most about taking this gun out and shooting it was the shootability. For anybody that shot an XDM pistol, you know right off the back that the gun just shoots like a champ. It just handles it extremely well, no matter what caliber you're shooting. The XDM pistol just does it. They've been had dual recoil springs and all these other things that was going for it. They've been running steel magazines. They've been doing iron sights made out of iron. They've just been doing these things that we've always expected or would like to expect out of almost every gun manufacturer that makes a pistol like this. The one thing I didn't like necessarily about the Springfield Armory XDM 45 Tactical was the trigger. To most people, that's a non-issue. This trigger is awesome. When I pull the trigger, it'll break like normal. It's a nice soft, it's not a mush, it's just a soft take up, and then there's a break subtly at the end. But what I didn't like was the reset on the trigger. That's what I didn't like. It felt like the reset was a little too far out. It felt like it should reset faster than what it did. So I pulled a trigger, bang my shot. When it resets, it seems like it should reset there, but I have to go forward just a little bit more. A little longer travel time than what I normally like, but it's just a simple adjustment that you have to make to get into this. Like I said, if you don't like the trigger, you can always swap it out. But that's the only thing that, if it was a legitimate plate, I would call a complaint, was the travel time on the reset of the trigger. But apart from that, this gun is wonderful. It does everything. All in all, the only feature on this gun that it didn't have that I would have loved to see on this gun would have been a cutout for a red dot sight. Regardless if people rock with it or not, the red dot sights are the future. Everybody's going to those. Everybody loves those. And if you've ever used a red dot sight on a pistol, you love it. It grows on you really fast, really quick, and you get spoiled by it. But I would have liked to see that feature because everybody else is starting to do that. You know, the M&Ps, the performance centers and whatnot, those are doing the cutouts for the red dot sights. Like I said, my FNX 45 Tactical, cutout for red dot sights. Glocks make slides with the cutouts for the red dot sights, and so many others. I love that. That's a great thing. It's a great feature to have. And for you guys, you know, who get into these guns, remember, thread protector tape goes a long way in keeping this gun. Even when it heats up and you're shooting that barrel out, it stays on and it just keeps it so you don't lose your thread protector, because this is an important thing here. And I don't even know how much companies charge for something like this. Probably some stupid amount of money. So keep your thread protector by putting some thread protector tape on there. Just a little tip for you. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about, and that's all I really wanted to show you was these new Springfield XDM 45 Tacticals. They're coming to the market, like I said, at under $570, what we sell them for. Half the price of what you're getting for other guns that it's competing with, and actually beating on the highest tactical platforms that you can call it. It is what it is. This gun, it is a big gun, it is a beefy gun. Can you conceal carry this? I'm biased to that because I carry full-size guns on a regular basis. So yes, it can be done quite easily. Anything is possible. You get the right belt holster combination and anything can happen for you. And this flat dark earth, my God, let me talk about that before I hang up. The flat dark earth is an awesome color because this is a real true flat dark earth color. I'm sick and tired of some of these companies coming to the table with a gun that's yellow and calling it flat dark earth. No, I cannot stand that yellow orangish flat dark earth. This is a true flat dark earth and I love that. This gun, man, my God. Like I said, anything you want it to do, it will do. Any ammo you want to shoot through it, it is going to eat up anything you put through it. It's reliable as hell. Everybody knows that. The triggers are awesome, and the gun themselves are just a work of art. Like I said, truly match grade, truly tactical, at the best price point that you can get a tactical pistol, and it competes with the best of the tactical pistols that's out there. You can't go wrong. Springfield Armory XDM 45 Tactical. Let's get it.